Hey there, welcome back to the Greater You. We've got some cool topics on the docket today. People get overwhelmed in life. I get overwhelmed in life. We all have times where we just get super overwhelmed. I noticed that on the camera today. I'm kind of glowing. The sun's coming through the window. I normally radiate this much light. Just kidding. Okay. But today we're going to talk about a cool topic, this overcoming overwhelmed feeling that we sometimes have. The visual that comes to my mind when I think about being overwhelmed is like a Rubik's cube of multiple colors and geometric shapes bouncing around in a person's head, and it causes us to feel just stressed out beyond belief. So we want to give you some relief for times when you feel overwhelmed, and we've got a process for you. All right, let's do the screen share. Take a look, see here. So this really could be a numbered list. We've got them as bullet points, but you could actually follow this in this kind of order every single time, starting with the second bullet point. So if you want to, screenshot this and use this for your own journaling and your own tools for keeping your lives on track, go for it. Okay, let's talk about what this is. So being overwhelmed, there's a few different causes. We've listed a few of them here in this top bullet point. So it can be caused by too many responsibilities all at once, too many emotions coming at us all at once, too many or too high of expectations of ourselves or expectations that are being placed on us all at once, too much pressure, too many like pressure-filled thoughts all at once. These are a few of the causes of being overwhelmed that people experience. So let's talk about some solutions to this because all of us at some point are going to fit one or more of those causes of being overwhelmed. So first, like a lot of things, whenever we're dealing with anything where we're just got heightened emotions, we're stressed, we're intense. Oh, I want to do it right now. Start with 10 deep, slow, and low breaths. These are circular. So you go in through the nose, out through the mouth, nice and slow. Relax those shoulders, sit up straight, relax your face and neck. Sit in a calming upright position or just lay flat on your back if you can. That can help. And breathe deeply from your lower abdomen, first and foremost. 10 slow, deep breaths. Focus on your breaths. Turn on some white noise on your phone or something and just focus on those sounds to bring that, your focus to the sound or to your breath and to get your brain to start calming through that good vagus nerve lower branch stimulation, which will send that nice inhibitory signal up to your brain and tell your brain, hey, chill out. So 10 deep, slow, and low breaths is where to start if you're feeling overwhelmed at any point. And the cool thing is you can do this anywhere, anytime. It's not an intrusive thing. It's not going to disrupt a board meeting, so to speak. If you're just sitting there calmly and breathing 10 deep, slow, and low breaths. Secondly, go and write it all out. What is it that's bouncing around in that noggin of yours, that brain of yours? Take some time and write it all out on paper. We found that this step, even by itself, starts to calm things for most people because thoughts usually seem more intense. Responsibilities seem over the top. If it's all just ricocheting in our head, if we take the time to write this down, it definitely can help, or at least move you into the next steps here, which are really quite helpful. So write it all down, type it out or write it out. We do like handwriting because when we're using our hands to write on paper instead of just typing, there's a different level of intimacy that goes on between you and the paper where you're writing, and it tends to access the emotional centers of the brain a little better. Think about when you've written a love letter. If you type a love letter, does it feel as like, I don't know, special as when you handwrite it? Handwriting's got some power to it, so recommend that one. But either way, type it out, write it out, do something to get it all on paper. Now, once you get it on paper, sometimes people are like, oh, now I'm even more overwhelmed. This not always does this happen, but sometimes they're like, yeah, now I see how much stuff is on my mind. Now I'm super overwhelmed, even more. So we want to subvert that by once you write it all out, this break it down step is absolutely essential. The rule of 4 or 5, maybe even 3 to 5, take all of the stuff you wrote down and break it into small 4 to 5 item checklists. So especially if it's like actionable items, things that you have to do or responsibilities that you have to do. So take some time and break these things that are in your head into small 4 to 5 item checklists. And then you're going to push those out. You're going to figure out which ones are maybe more time sensitive that you need to do today and tomorrow. But a lot of times the stuff that's overwhelming us isn't due today, so to speak, right? Your professor is not calling for your exam this moment, although sometimes they are. Put that on your to-day list, your to-do list for today, which is your today list. Okay. So small 4 to 5 item checklist, and then suspend those out over your calendar over the course of a week or two. If you had 20 items in your head, push them out over a number of days, and you'll find that they're much more, it's much more palatable. You can accomplish these things more readily when you break it down. Now, once you've broken into these small checklists that you're going to put out for multiple days, as much as needed and as much as you're able, now you're going to take today's. You're just going to focus on today. And the one for today, the checklist for today, you're going to write a solution for each one of the 4 or 5 items that you can do this very day. So let's say your 4 items on your list where, get a report to your boss by 5 p.m., grab dinner for the family, and email your team about something that's coming up. So you would put all those down, and your solution is, maybe you put a timestamp on it. I'm going to email these people at 8 p.m. I'm going to grab dinner at the fresh market at 5 p.m., whatever. I'm going to meet with, my boss and give him the report at 5 p.m. So you do this, and you put a little solution and map that out so that you're not just staring at a checklist without answers. So put a solution for each item, put a timestamp on it if you need to, and say what you're going to do to get that item taken care of. 4 to 5 items max, though. When a person's overwhelmed, we don't want to be trying to tackle a 10-item checklist today. Now, once you've done that and you write all the solutions, it is very important that you do them. And every time that you do something on your checklist, go back to the checklist and scratch it off. It feels so good to check it off, be like, got it done, or even write a date, give yourself a smiley face, put a star on there, do something cool, and note to yourself that you accomplished that item. And you'll notice that your stress level comes down with that as well. And obviously, the last bullet point there is to repeat these steps as needed. They're there for you. Keep using them as you need to. So this is a quick process that you can use to get yourself out of that overwhelmed state of mind that we all experience at different times. Remember to like this video if you liked it. It was good to spend some time with you and share this method with you. We've seen this method and others that we use at the Greater U help people big time. So this one should also be great for you. Talk to you soon, and we have more content to come. Please share the channel with your friends as well. Trying to get as much global reach as possible. Thank you.